Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'shchol sharecha. You have to put judges and policemen in all of your gates. Asher Hashem Elokecha nosen loch lishvotecha, that God gives to your tribes. V'shaftu et ha'am, and they will judge the people. Mishpat tzedek, a just judgment. Shoftim v'shotrim, says Rashi, Shoftim, judges and police. The judges, dayanim aposkim esadin. Those are the judges that decide the law. Shotrim, what are shotrim? Those are rodim esa'am. They, you say, rule over the people. Achar mitzvotam, after their commandments, what they have to do. In other words, those are the policemen. Shemakin v'kofin, that they have permission to beat and force with sticks, uberatzu, and with whips, ad shekablu lav et hadin, until the people accept the law. That's their job, policemen. The law that the judge decides. I mean, if you have a judge and don't have any policemen, so the judge is almost worthless nowadays. Excuse me. It says in the future you won't have to have police because people will want to do the right thing. They'll come to the judges just to get advice on how to serve God better, and then they'll take the advice. But nowadays, the judges tell people to do things they don't want to do, and so you have to have police to enforce it. B'kol sharecha b'kol ir v'ir, in every single city. Lishvatecha, your tribes. Mosav al titen lecha. This goes back to what it says, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha, here, lishvatecha, for your tribes. What does it mean? Just one second, let me make this a little bit larger. It's a bit hard for me to see. No, looks like it doesn't work. This is as big as it gets. Oh, there it goes. Good. Oh, it's a little bit too big. Nah, that's what we got. That's what we got. All right, let's try it like this then. I'll move the cursor. Okay. Every year, this refers to what it says, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha lishvatecha. What does it mean, lishvatecha? I'll go with my pointer. You have to put judges and policemen in every tribe, the area of every of the shvatim, of the tribes, and all of the gates that God gave you. Because they divided the land up. And so they had to be in every city and every place. They had to be tried. Lishvotecha, Lamed, so it is the Moshvin Dayanim, B'kol Shevet V'Shev, B'kol Ir V'Ir, that there has to be judges in every tribe and in every single city. So people don't have to go to another area, another state or whatever. V'Shaftu et ha'am, Mana, you have to appoint judges, Mumchim, expert judges, but Tzadikim and righteous judges, Lishpot Tzedek, and there are all these criterion of what a judge has to be. You can look in the Rambam. He has a beautiful explanation of what are the criterion to be a Jewish judge. Lo tisa mishpat, lo takir panim. Lo tatem mishpat. I'm sorry. Do not twist the judgment. Don't have any favoritism. Don't take bribes, because bribes make the wise people blind and they distort the words of the righteous. In other words, these are people that the Torah calls them wise and righteous, but you put a couple dollar bills in their pocket and all of a sudden they start talking crazy and thinking weird thoughts. That's the power of money. Lo sate mishpat kemashmo. That's what it means. Not to. Oh, that's the simple meaning. Lo takir panim, av b'shas ha'ta'onot. Even when the people are making their claims. In other words, you not when you're making the judgment. Of course, when you make the judgment, you're not supposed to show favoritism, right? This person I like better. This person, he's going to give me more money. Of course, when you're making your judgment, you can't take your own personal interest in mind. But even when the people are making their claims, Azhar l'dayan, this is a warning to the judge. Shelo yeh rach lazeh v'kasha lazeh. This person, he smiles, he asks questions, it's really nice to him. And this person, he cuts him off short. I've already heard what you have to say. And make it quick, right? Echad omed, echad yoshev. One person can stand, the other person can sit if he wants to. Lefi sharo dayan, because the judge sees mechaber et chavero as mitat min ta'inosov. As soon as he sees the judge has favoritism for one person, he thinks to himself, it's lost, I'm finished. And he can't think straight. He becomes all depressed. So the judge is not allowed to show even any sign of favoritism, even when he's receiving the claims of each person he's hearing. He's hearing the testimony of each. Lo sikach shochad. Don't take bribes. Afil lishpot tzedek. Even if one person is clearly guilty and the other person is clearly innocent, and the innocent person wants to slip the judge $10,000 into his pocket, the judge was going to judge that way anyway. It was obvious there were witnesses against the person anyway. Nevertheless, the judge is not allowed to take bribes from anyone. Why not? Ki ashochad yaver, because a bribe will make blind. Mishikabel shochad, as soon as he receives a bribe, it's impossible that his heart will not incline its lo to him, to judge in his favor. And also it makes confuse the words of the tzaddikim. Devarim amutztakim. Tzaddikim means the words of, how do you say it, in the favor. Mishpate emet. All of a sudden the judge can't hear. They say that there's a story that there was once a judge that he judged two people, and the judge went out
Is anyone else having a problem hearing the rabbi? Is it frozen?
No, it's probably just him. He got off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see.
Internet
Yeah,
connection.
it's frozen.
Okay.
Probably maybe it's
Yeah, it's his
the
line. It was definitely his
electricity.
line. Could be. Usually it's, I have a lot of problems with my internet connection. It goes on and off in the morning, but some, I guess he lost his. So it was cold where you went camping, I suppose.
No, it wasn't cold at all. It was nice.
I know, it's very hot where you went. I was joking.
At night it wasn't so hot. In the day, when it became like uncomfortable, then we just left. There was also a meteor shower when we were there. So they every 1 minute, you see a meteor flying in the sky. I think also they still have it now. So if you go camping, then in the
Night.
Ramon crater at night, you could see still the things flying,
Shower.
the meteors flying. It's pretty cool. But if you're going there, you need to find a spot that people aren't close to, because there could be light pollution, and then you won't be able to see them so good.
Yeah, I've got the rabbi on the line right now. He's trying to correct the technical situation. Be right back.
All right. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. My granddaughters are here and they did something, but okay, it's not important. What did I do here? Here we go.
Okay, I can hear you, I can see you, and we're still recording.
All right, now it's recording. All right, good. Okay, good. We'll do a little bit more. Ready? So it says when a person receives this. So they say that there's a story that there was a judge. I don't know where you stopped hearing the story. There was a judge that he was judging a case, and he took he declared a recess, and afterwards he came back to the recess and he resumed hearing the testimony of the two witnesses, and suddenly he said, "I'm sorry, I'm disqualifying myself. Someone gave me a bribe," and he sent his one of his helpers out and to look into his coat, and they looked and they found a golden coin, and he asked if it was true that one of them put a golden coin in his pocket, and it ended up that one of the plaintiffs, when they went on the break, is he slipped a golden coin into the rabbi's pocket. He didn't even tell him anything about it, didn't say anything about it, but just the fact that he received it had an effect on him. He felt differently. So they say the story. Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. Let's do 5 more minutes. Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. You should pursue righteousness. Holech acharei beit din yafe. It means go after a proper judge. If you hear that there's a judge that knows how to judge properly, you should go after him. There's all sorts of laws over you involving this. If a person wants to go to the high court in Jerusalem, he can, unless it's the court that's in his city. He can't force a person to leave his own city and go into the other city. There's different laws involved. Why? Laman tichya, tzedek tzedek laman, in order that you should live and you will inherit the land that God gave you. It's very interesting in the Shemona Esrei that the only prayer in the Shemona Esrei that says, please God, listen to this prayer and remove from us moaning and groaning. Misery, yagon va'anacha, misery and groaning. It doesn't say, is only the one about the judges. It doesn't say about God, please heal the sick, take away our moaning and groaning. God, build the holy temple, take away our moaning, bring the Mashiach, no, only about the judges. And there, because nothing can be worse than having bad judges. A person works, he succeeds, he gets the blessing of God, he's an honest person, he does everything well, and all of a sudden, somebody from nowhere makes a claim against him, takes him to a crooked judge, and the judge says, you're guilty, give him all of your money. And that's it. That's it. It's very unfortunate, but now in Israel, in Medinat Israel, that's a very big problem, was the judges. Because even the Knesset, they can have votes and decide things. And suddenly the judges in the high court, they decide, no, that's against the people, it's against the democracy, it's against something, and they can just do anything they want. There's, 7 of something, and they can control the whole entire country. So you haven't got good judges, as the whole country is lo sateh ashera. Don't plant a tree, call eights of any sort by the altar of God that God has made for you. Lo sateh lechayevo alev mishat netiato. As soon as you plant any sort of a tree, even if it's not for idolatry, even if you're not doing, even if it is an idolatrous tree, but you don't serve it, nevertheless, as soon as you plant it, it's forbidden. Lo sateh ashera. Linato elon, it says it is forbidden to plant any sort of a tree, ulabone bayat, or to build any sort of a edifice in the Harabayat, in the whole Harabayat, the whole mountain. Okay, good. We except that we learned the different laws when we went over the mitzvahs, and let's now go to Pirkei Avos.